Hey guys, it's John and welcome to my playthrough of The Forgotten City. This is a game on Steam that I don't know much about. I believe it started as a mod for Skyrim, but now it's its own full-fledged game. I believe it's on sale for 25 bucks. Came out a couple years ago. The reason I'm playing it now is because my friend Sino picked it for his choice for our podcast's book club. We try to pick a game for the other ones to play, and then we talk about it and give our feedback on it. So if you'd like to see our thoughts on this game after playing it, that'll be on episode 49. But with that said, I'm not here to show my podcast. Let's just go ahead and start up. New game. Yeah, my friend said that this was like had a mystery to it or something like that. I think it takes place in ancient times, I'm assuming. I'm assuming there's not like a twist or something where it's modern, actually. Oh, present day. Sorry. Anyway. But wait, is present day in ancient times?
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID. A phone, maybe? I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
Wanna tell me who you are? It's got that it's got that Skyrim, like, what do my hands look like? I've gotta keep track of them at all times. Select my body type, okay. Ah, I see. I see. Sure. I'll be dude. Sure, that's... Oh, sure, that's fine. Nope. Okay, I thought I... What's my name? It's not that. My name's Jern.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but... Any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
Your guess is as good as mine. I guess I was searching for ancient ruins. Here, okay, this is a good time for me to pick a corner. So it looks like if the dialogue is gonna come up on the right, I'll be over here on the left. I was on the run from a law. Oh wait, oh. This is like a decision. Years of studying history give you occasional insights into the ancient world. It's like Disco Elysium. It's gonna pipe up every now and then with facts. You have a military-issued firearm, but only 10 bullets. I think it's gonna take me out of it if I'm in the ancient empire with a gun. So, time on the run from authorities has made you quick on your feet. You're 25% faster when sprinting. Recent head trauma has increased your pain threshold, making you 50% harder to take down. I think I'll go for knowledge. Knowledge.
Oh, you're an archaeologist?
The more you learn,
then you'll definitely want to hear this.
The more you learn.
I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here.
Oh,
no matter
yeah.
what. There's no way
Likely
I'm
story.
leaving without him. So I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him. If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Okay, well that was a lot to just lay out on me like that. Mind if I asked you some questions?
Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. What do you want to know?
Well, okay, so you found me unconscious and like rescued me or whatever, and then you're like, are you awake? Great. Can you go in to the ancient ruins after that guy that disappeared? What's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean?
You're not even gonna tell me your name?
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
Excuse me? I told you mine. It's Jern. I'd really like to know, especially if I'm going to be helping you. Why don't you want to tell me?
All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey. It's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
It's really not a big deal. All those Karen memes have really ruined that name, huh?
Yeah, something like that. But right now, I have bigger problems, like finding Al.
Okay, who is Al?
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
Okay. Where are we?
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
You sound very American. What can you tell me about the ruins?
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al...
You tried calling for help?
What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
Okay. Look, she's all mad now. We made her angry.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
Yeah, I guess. I'll pass. The game just ends. Fine, I'm in.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Okay. Well, a heavy-duty battery-powered flashlight. Okay. I take it. I take the flashlight. Enter the ruins. Oh, you got you got dinner here, huh? So, does walking into the fire hurt you? No. I can burn myself at the stake if I want to. It's just not gonna do any damage to me. Great.
Back already? What's up?
I'll be going.
Thanks again. And please, hurry.
Why are you in such a rush, huh? You know, you're acting like a real Karen right now. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. Here we go. Entering the ruins. Phew. Search for clues about Al's whereabouts. Interesting. Okay, and we can sprint, thank God. Can we jump too? We can. You want me to lower my flashlight? Is there a reason you want me to do that? I don't know if we can go back here. Okay. Well, let's just go in. Oh!
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Al Worth.
Alworth. There's a local business called Dalworth. I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The next best thing to do is Dalworth clean. Bing. All right, so this is basically like the setup of this so far is very similar to BioShock. Dare I say? Okay. Oh, I don't know. I have a feeling I'm important. Maybe I'm Al. You know? I'm starting to think of like potential twists already. A Roman gladiator, mid-stride. What could have made a gladiator flee? I don't know, it's just a statue. Don't gotta think about it that deep. What's he fleeing from? Nobody look at my flashlight, bro. A young Roman woman. It looks like she was begging for her life. What happened here? Hi. Oh yeah, that's that Skyrim jumping right there. With the arms out to the side that go like. I didn't read the tip just now. I was too busy entertaining the audience. A Roman military commander attempting to scramble away from something. What? Good God. What happened to the people here? A Roman legionary in a state of terror. What happened? Oh my gosh. No quips about this guy? He looks scared. A Roman woman who appears to be praying for help that never came. Or maybe it did. Wait, did I do that? Oh. Did I knock her over? I'm sorry. I gotta ask, who lit all these torches? Oh, wow. A golden statue of a man wearing modern clothing. This must be Al, but how is that possible? What? Read the stone tablet. You're telling me that like I'm supposed to know what you're talking about. This?
Whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now. And find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Better to end it all now. I mean, I'm gonna go through the portal, though. Thanks, Al, but, a young Roman woman in state of panic. I keep knocking them over on accident. Sorry, guys. Tons of stalagmites here, but no stalactites. Sorry. You know what? I'm not sorry. I'm funny. Okay. Well, something down here. A Roman man on his knees, as if begging his gods for mercy. Alright, time to take my flashlight with me into the past. It's not gonna disrupt anything. Ooh, quick save and quick load. Got it. Here we are. Probably don't want to show him this. Yo, you wanna... Hey, it's a relief? I'm not feeling very relieved right now. A Roman relief depicting a great circular portal and 2 women. I wonder who they could be. I don't know, probably we met just one of them just now at the campfire. That's what I'm guessing. Well, okay, let's talk to this guy. Clearly, he's the first one that we see.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
The Shrine of what now? I'm Jern! Wait, are you speaking English?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange.
Oh, so it's like Star Trek.
I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you, and what were you doing in the shrine?
Shrine of Proserpina?
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you, and what were you doing in that shrine?
I'm Jern, and I just come from the future.
No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit...
A bit what?
Not right in the head?
Why would you be
That's
asking
all right,
me that?
Friend. Everyone's welcome here.
Wow, they're so inclusive here in the ancient Roman Empire. Seriously, what's today's date?
We sort of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like the beginning of spring to me, so I'd say early March?
What year?
It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused. 817 years since the founding of Rome. Which part of the empire are you from, exactly?
Archaeologist's insight. So it's 65 CE. Doesn't help me. Is this before or after Christ?
Hey, not so loud. Just saying that name could land you in trouble here. If you haven't heard, his cultists burned down half of Rome last year. Horrible business. I heard Nero executed some of them, but a lot of people are still angry with them, even down here. So, if you're one of them, keep it to yourself. But listen, most folks seem a bit confused.
Just like
when they
modern
get here,
times, am I
but
right?
You seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So, let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Your laws.
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's, well,
The golden
it's
rule.
kind of horrific.
Treat
But
people
our
how you want to be
magistrate
treated?
insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
Alright.
Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing.
Oh,
No
really?
idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Hi.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
She said I'm
Keep it in your
handsome.
loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
No, I want to hang out with
That
her.
pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Free drinks? Galerius, you gotta compete with this. She's winning me over right now. Yeah, well, I'm coming back, though.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say.
What were you gonna say?
Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well.
bloodless
She's just
shadows.
been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her.
Don't steal anything. Don't hurt anyone. Don't... Whoever wrote this didn't get a chance to finish, evidently. Yeah, don't write graffiti.
Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your
Are there-
left is the forum,
weapons
where
down
you
there?
can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived. and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Hilarious. You're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
Bye,
You better go
Galerius.
with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
You guys
I
are talking
said it'll
a really
take some getting used to.
Yeah,
long
I'm watching you, farm.
way away.
Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
Sorry, I can't hear you over the deafening fountain. All right, lead the way.
Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the golden rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion,
Oh, we can just follow him like
there was
this.
a mutiny brewing in one cohort.
Look, Ma, no
When I get in
hands.
charge, wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the golden rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
Okay. Let me go talk to him. There he is, the magistrate.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
Why you sound like you're about to hit on me? I'm Jern.
A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
It's beautiful.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Yes. Can't say I have.
Nor could I, until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die.
And who
You
enforces
see,
that?
The builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's
Right.
extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
Okay. Yeah, I got a lot of questions. Tip. These questions will be available later. What counts as a sin?
An
Yeah.
intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide?
Oh, gosh.
As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Okay. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral, and many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I'm from. Or we can say, makes sense to me. We'll just tell him what he wants to hear right now.
I'm glad you agree. The key things to remember are that we have laws forbidding treason and blasphemy, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson and so on. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
Okay. So aren't they sinning? So shouldn't we all be dead? What did you mean when you said Proserpina sent me? Hang on one sec. I want to I can't get to the settings from here. I want to up the voice volume because I can't hear this guy as well as clear as the other ones.
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
Yes I do. You're right. I'm from 2,000 years in the future.
2,000 years?
Yeah.
That is unfathomable.
I'm very impressive.
Tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
Well, you all turned into golden statues. And weirdly, Al was one of them. He was golden as well. And he was hanging there. So...
I have imagined it. Our downfall 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
Right. I'm gonna say that's all the questions I had for now. Just so I can see if I can adjust the volume.
Good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule?
Yes.
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately.
All right.
Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
Okay, I'll get right on it. Okay, wait. No, magistrate, no! I want to take a look at the... Maybe like 90? Let's do voice 100. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Ah, you've returned. Do you have any news about your investigation?
That's much better. Okay. what do you think about the golden rule? Okay,
Ask then.
questions. Okay. Why can't you
Well,
investigate?
I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Uh-oh. Well, you know me, I'm a great people person. Do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore?
Yep.
What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
All right, sure. How do I know you're not the person responsible?
What reason could you possibly have to suspect me, of all people?
I don't suspect you. I just... Is there a reason why you wouldn't do it?
I'm glad you think so. Without trust, without each other, we won't be able to prevent what is about to happen.
I just want to hear what you would say. All right. If I do this, will you help me get back to my own time?
If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the golden rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
The thing is, though... What does my time look like with the downfall of this society? Is the downfall of this society the only thing that creates, the world where I'm from? And am I just delaying the inevitable? Is it possible that the golden rule could still be violated at a later time? Interesting. Alright, sure. How's the ritual?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions.
Oh, yeah?
I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
Come to think of it, I don't remember seeing you specifically.
I assume that was me.
Oh, did I?
If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
I'll do my best.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
Yeah, I suppose it is. Okay,
Good.
bye.
Now, was there something else you wanted to discuss?
I do want to meet more people, so I better get back to it.
Thank you. I'll be waiting here for news.
I don't want to just sit here and talk with your ass all day. So you want me to...
snooping around in my possessions, you're wasting your time.
Oh, is that what's over here? Okay, well, yeah, I'm just gonna look around. Whatever. You're wasting your time. You're gonna snoop around in my possessions. Ooh, we can steal this stuff. Okay, well, I'm not gonna steal. I would doom us all. Note from Scintilla. Expresses her gratitude to Sentius for adopting her. Scintilla to Sentius, may Jupiter Optimus Maximus continue to protect and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter, and for the lovely birthday present. Or pendant. I promise, we'll wear it always. I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father, and Sentia as my sister. I sense you've been feeling apprehensive about the election next month, but if you can just show them the strong and dependable man I know you to be, you will be reelected. I'm sure of it. Okay. That's really all that's here, I think. I can't really... Lararium, a small household shrine where ancient Romans offered daily prayers for protection. Okay. You're wasting your time walking in there. Yeah, well, what if I wanted to waste my time? Hi. Oh, damn.
I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
What's your story?
I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that?
I'm not from around here.
Really? I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our customs. Now, remind me, why are we having this conversation?
That eyebrow is about to fly off your head. No way out of here.
Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped, and
I actually didn't know that.
I must know a way out too. Is that it?
I did not.
Well,
is that
that's
who?
just a stupid rumor.
That's
we
who
have
we talked
no
to at the
idea
beginning.
what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone.
That was Scintilla that we talked to. Can I help?
I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the harpies?
I don't. Why would I know? Literally just got here. Sentia, Scintilla. Why are your names also similar? Your father didn't mention any of this when I spoke to him.
That doesn't surprise me. To him, it was like a prize cow wandering off from its paddock. He's upset, of course, but he says he's too busy with the election to help look for her. So he's letting Horatius do the heavy lifting. Some good that's done.
When did you last see her?
It was 3 weeks ago. We ate our evening meal together, and I remember she seemed happy. In love. We went into our rooms, I went to sleep, and when I woke up, she was gone. That's it.
She was seeing someone.
I think so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his identity a secret, even from me.
That eyebrow, I swear. Why is that?
Because our father had plans to marry her off, eventually, and even a rumor about her attachment to some mystery man might have ruined those plans.
I see. Is it possible her lover was involved?
I don't know, but it's been 3 weeks since she disappeared, and he hasn't come forward.
Are you okay?
That might speak to a guilty conscience. All I know is, whoever he is, he's still here in the city.
Look at her face. Why are your names all similar?
You really aren't from here, are you? All Roman women are named after their fathers. I think it's their way of branding us, like cattle to be sold at market. His family name is Sentius, so I'm Sentia because I'm the eldest, and my little sister is formerly Sentia Minor, but she is affectionately known as Scintilla.
Okay, got it. You look surprisingly relaxed about your sister's disappearance.
I hope you're not insinuating I'm somehow pleased with her disappearance.
Tell Sentius you suspect Sentia. I mean, why would I don't suspect her. Are you?
Ugh, you're awful. Get out of my villa and never speak to me again.
Interesting. Hi.
Do I need to ask Horatius to escort you out of here? Get out, you horrid barbarian!
Okay, so I was testing actually. I wanted to see if I could piss someone off to the point where there were like permanent, repercussions. Like they won't talk to me anymore or something like that. Oh, is it just towards my objective? Okay. Alright, yeah, you know what? Fair enough. I sense yes. Yeah, hi. So is this somebody affected by the golden rule here? Or? Hi there.
What were you two talking about?
Sorry, what?
Don't play dumb. I saw you. Having a shady little chat with old man Sentius up on his balcony. What's he offering you? Money? Favours? What's your vote worth to him?
We weren't talking about the election.
What else would you be murmuring about on election day? Mark my words, Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day. And if I tell him you sided with that feeble old has-been, that you've been trying to undermine his hard-won victory, you'll have picked the wrong patron. Got it?
I don't care about the election.
Good, then stay out of it. Nobody likes Caput Murday foreigners interfering in an election.
Fine. Mind if I ask some questions?
Can't hurt.
That's right. That's right, it can't. What's your story?
The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus, you go through me.
I don't care about Malleolus. I'd like to meet Malleolus.
Too bad. He's busy. Unless... No. You don't look like you could afford it.
For what?
I'm glad you asked. See, he's a busy man, and this is an important day.
Right.
He'll be inside practicing his victory speech for tonight. Left with strict instructions he doesn't want to be disturbed. So if you want to see him, I'll need something valuable in return.
Isn't soliciting bribes a sin?
Bribe? That's such an ugly word. What I'm looking for is more of a tribute to me, your soon-to-be patron.
I see. Alright, what do you want?
Dunno. Something good.
Alright.
Just make it good.
Who are you gonna vote for?
Malleolus, of course. If old man Sentius can't even protect his own daughter, how can we trust him to protect us?
I'm going now.
Whatever. Just remember, I'll be watching.
Okay. This is actually a good time for me to take a quick break. I got something I gotta do, but thanks for watching. I'm not ending the video. I'll see you in a second. Yeah, hi, I'm back. Sentius and Malleolus, same excrement, different smell.
What now?
Interesting. So, oh yeah, he wants me to get something for him. Okay, well, I will try my best. Hey guys, how's it going? That's a great question. I don't know why you're annoyingly asking me. Hey guys, it's John. How are you doing? A note to Octavia. I'm gonna read this. It's the directions to a secret shrine. Enter the caves behind the theater, then turn right the first fork and the second. Okay. An anonymous friend to Octavia. May the Lord bless and keep you. I am sorry I could not risk discussing this with you in person, but if I am right, then you're a believer like me. You may not be able to worship openly here, but know that you're not alone. If you ever feel like you need somewhere to pray, there is a special place waiting for you deep in the caves behind the theater. Turn right the first fork and again at the second. Okay. Well. Octavia is... Oh. There's thunder. Hope everything's okay up there. We had some crazy storms roll through DFW recently. Knocked over a lot of trees, and you know, it was pretty rough. Okay. I'm not gonna steal their denarius. Where's Equitia and Octavia? Are they upstairs? They must be. Let us go and find out. Here we are. I really hope that there's not like lag. It's doing that thing sometimes when I'm recording these games, I look over at my second monitor and it looks all choppy, but then in the actual recording, it's totally fine. So I'm hoping this is one of those instances. Okay, yeah, they're not up here. I wonder where they are. A sculpture of Minerva, the Roman goddess of strategy. Wait, can I examine? Okay. Minerva, is that who they can steal this coin pouch? I'm gonna try not to steal anything. Aha. Hi. Yes, unfortunately I can.
A new face, Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
What's your story?
Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I suppose it's quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality or courtesy ask, "What is your story?"
Sorry, what should I have done?
The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly. But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change.
Okay, what's a Vestal priestess?
You really don't know? You are from far away, aren't you? Well, I am one of the priestesses, charged with keeping the sacred flame in Rome's shrine of Vesta burning. I take it you know who Vesta is?
If I don't know what a Vestal priestess is, do you think I know who Vesta is? Remind me.
Vesta is the mother goddess of hearth and home, and the guardian of the Roman people.
Ah, I see. What do you do here?
Put simply, I tend to the temples, ensure their sanctity is preserved.
I just remembered I have to go and do something. Why?
Why? So that we continue to honor our gods, invite their blessings, and not bring their wrath down upon us, of course.
Oh, of course. My mistake.
Keep them appeased and remain in their good graces.
How did you end up here?
No, I'm not entirely sure. But what about you? How did you end up here?
A young woman named Karen dragged me out of a river, unconscious, and sent me in here.
Karen, you say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you?
I mean, it seemed... It carries negative connotations where I'm from. I'll say it's an old name, but not uncommon, because I'm not really sure what she means.
Older. I see. I wonder if... No.
What were you gonna say?
I apologize. I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that you've got me thinking. Have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too? I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember and see if you notice any patterns.
Okay. You know what? We'll play your game.
Good. Thank you. But please be careful. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too.
What happened to Olivia?
Up until a few weeks ago, she was a perfectly productive member of our little community, darning clothes and cutting hair. She was always so chatty, always seeking out newcomers and asking them where they were from and how they wound up here. And then, about a month ago, she suddenly changed. She withdrew, stopped working and became despondent, started muttering to herself. Galerius and I visited her to see how we could help, but she just looked at us with this haunted stare. called
Yeah.
us bloodless shadows and told us we were ignorant of some pattern. Look, it could be unrelated. Perhaps she simply fell ill. Or, as Galerius suggested, the weight of the golden rule was too much for her. But there is a small chance that she learned something, saw a pattern nobody else saw, and that it broke her. I just don't want to see that happen to you. So be careful, will you?
Okay.
Thank you. Now, go and follow the thread of truth through this labyrinth, and come back to me if you discover any patterns.
I'll get right on. This will prioritize the quest. I'll see what I can do. Okay. Interesting. Now, when I asked her how she ended up here, she said she didn't remember. She moved on very quickly to me. What's the status of the election?
It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Malleolus, the challenger. Why do you ask?
Who's allowed to vote?
All of the male citizens who are willing and able to attend. Unless they're running, of course.
The women can't vote?
That's just the way it's always been, I'm afraid. It never sat right with me, either. There are some women who can vote. Vestal priestesses like myself. But in this case, given my role overseeing the election, I've decided to abstain. I can't allow the perception that I'm being anything but fair and independent. But if it's any consolation, there are other ways to influence the outcome of an election.
Such as?
By using whatever gifts the gods gave you. Nothing untoward, of course.
Talk about something else. I'm going to...
Once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbors.
I'm gonna recheck the settings real quick, because the voice is at 100%. I'm gonna turn the music down because it competes too much with the voice level. And I've got voice at 100. I'm gonna turn sound effects down a little bit too. They've got to be multiples of 10, by the way. Oh, let's turn that down. It was 69? No, it must be exactly 70. Thank you. That's very loud. You know what? 50. Okay, that's a little bit better. Yeah, I would say this game does have some pretty staggering volume problems. Do you know where your roommate is, Octavia? I'd like to talk to her too. Yeah, we'll come back and talk to her later. What's this down here?
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
No, I guess not. Oh. Not really,
Good.
no.
You'd be eaten alive, little runt like you.
Eaten by what?
Nobody's told you about Hannibal. Ugh. Why do I have to do everything round here?
I don't
So,
know.
there was this guy called Hannibal, right? Funny accent. Used to go down into the cisterns looking for junk he could clean up and sell. One day, a few weeks back, he comes out and tells me the cisterns are haunted. Said he could hear spirits wailing. Of course, nobody believed him, because who trusts a Carthaginian, right? Anyway, a few days later, he goes back in. And hours go by, and he hasn't come back out, yeah? So I go down after him, and it's dark. But in the distance, I can just make out his body, sprawled out on the ground, and hunched over him was something that made my blood run cold. No word of a lie, I saw a creature. Like the corpse of a man who'd been flayed, and it was eating Hannibal.
Wouldn't that have broken the golden rule? Well, the creature's maybe not part of the golden rule.
If it was a man, maybe.
Right.
But I swear on my life this was no man. More like a Strix, or some Versipelus that feeds on human flesh. I didn't stick around to see which.
What did you do?
What any sane person would have done. I legged it out of there and put a sign at the door to warn the others.
That was a great story, but I'm still going down there.
Without a weapon? Well, it's your funeral.
I mean, I'll go get a weapon, I guess, but I think that you just don't want me to go down there. You put a sign on the door. I don't see a sign. Anyway. Alright, there's the Shrine of Apollo up there, right? So this is Malleolus's home, right? We'll go talk to him some other time. I'm not like super in a rush. What's up here? Who are you? Okay.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step.
See, like, there's no good icebreakers. Like, the Vestal Priestess was like, you just ask, what's your story? And it's like, it's the least confrontational thing here. What do you think about the Golden Rule? Who are you gonna vote for? What's your story?
Can't talk long. Got to stay sharp, but... family's from Seleucia on Tigris. Babylon province. But I've been roaming a long time now. Even joined the legions. The 6th. The one they call Ironclads.
Okay. How did you end up here?
Same way as everyone else.
Okay. Why are you still wearing your legionary armor?
Because we're all in grave danger. Is it not obvious?
Why don't you have a weapon?
Magistrate made me toss it in the chasm.
Oh, right.
Stupid. Going to have to improvise now.
I forgot about that.
If we have to.
Who are you gonna vote for?
Malleolus. Not sure I trust Sentius. Couldn't even protect his daughter in a city without sin. How's he going to protect us?
Anything I can do to change that?
No.
Okay. What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I'll tell you this much. I hate the fact that my survival depends on the common sense of other people.
I know the feeling. I've lived through a pandemic. What do you mean?
I mean, all these people just bumble along like nothing's wrong. While we're one bad decision away from being wiped out. Like the last lot of people who lived here. Seems like I'm the only one ready for what's coming. Whatever that is. And when it hits, it's everyone for themselves. You've been warned.
What do you think is coming?
I don't know. But did you ever get the feeling some of these statues are watching us when we're not looking? Like they're waiting for something. I don't like it.
I think you're right.
Of course I am.
Do you know a way out of here?
If I did, do you think we'd be having this conversation?
So you want out of here. Okay.
Whatever.
Rufius, not a big talker. Interesting. That whole time the statue was right here. Before I go that way, actually, I want to go back. I want to talk to that Livia person. Oh, with this over here. Is she over here? The one that called us bloodless shadows. I'm very interested. Okay, she was somewhere around here. She may be up this way. They probably don't go that far, right? Who is whispering to us, I wonder? So are all these statues people that like violate the Golden Rule or something like that? Because it kind of seems like it. But then wouldn't they all be... Wouldn't they all be statued? I don't know. I guess I'm not quite clear on that. Maybe I should have paid more attention. His head just moved. What? An old scroll in which the author makes the case against the existence of the Golden Rule. The Myth of the Golden Rule by Duratus the Younger. As per our custom, I shall begin by paying my respects to the god responsible for this city. For our continued prosperity and tranquil seclusion, he deserves our admiration. But here I must depart from custom, for his attempt at imposing strict rule upon us is oppressive and overreaching and deserving of our contempt. I can take the item. Can I? So wait, are they all like that? No. It's just him. Interesting. Hmm. Hi there, Lucretia. Oh yeah, hi.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Julia. She was a good woman.
What happened?
She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall, but there's no way I can do that down here with the Golden Rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the Golden Rule.
Right.
Or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
That snake's cruel black eyes. Yeah. So somebody murdered and didn't turn everybody into statues. But clearly everyone does turn into statues because that's what we saw in the future, right?
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the Golden Rule will stop me from marching up to that Genetricum Fututo and scratching his eyes out.
Okay, damn. I just realized something. We should probably change the lighting. Ooh, now it's like I'm in the game, y'all. That's dangerous talk.
Then you'd better get me that silphium quickly, hadn't you?
Okay. So she's dead. Can I search her? No items. Okay. Yeah, I know that might not have been like... They're moving! A large statue of Apollo, the Roman and Greek god of disease and healing. Oh, oh, I didn't know.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Thank you. Thanks. Okay, so this is where I ran away that way and talked to Rufius, who I think is going up that way. Wow. Let's go in here. Oh. It's locked. Okay, okay, okay. Will you please, you know how you can help me by leaving me alone.
Greetings and salutations.
Hi, who's this?
Greetings, I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I. And I must say, my sartorial friend, your clothing is most extraordinary. Leather boots in place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a curious design. I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus to the farms of India, and never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must know, from which exotic part of the world do you hail?
From beyond the edge of the known world?
Then you are an explorer, like me. Wonderful. You must have many stories to share. I cannot wait to hear them. We will have much time here to get to know one another. But for now, do you require assistance? I know you do not require clothing, so information perhaps?
What's your story?
My story? How kind of you to ask. I am a tailor and I run the humble shop in the forum.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. How'd you end up here?
A good question. A very good question indeed. And I would be happy to tell you if only I could remember it clearly myself.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you tell me what you do remember?
I remember I had just been to Rome to sell an extraordinary selection of wares, and drowning in coin, I decided to celebrate my success. I rented a prestigious villa by the Tiber, invited over a few select friends, and we began making our way through some of the most exquisite wine money could buy. Quite a lot of it, in fact. Now, I have had visions and awoken in strange places before. I have even found myself naked in the desert sands more than once, but none of that compares to this. This time, I remember people screaming, then falling into a void as empty as time before creation, gasping for air, and then nothing. When I regained my faculties, I was lying naked by the banks of the Tiber, gods know how many miles from my villa.
So you floated down the Tiber?
Indeed. I'm lucky I was carrying a little extra weight. I believe it kept me afloat. In any case, it seems I'd been rescued and resuscitated by a benevolent stranger. I went to find firewood for his campfire, stumbled across a cave, and discovered that trapdoor temple. And here I am.
That's exactly how I ended up here. Well, I mean, the last part of it, right? Stumbled across a cave and discovered the trapdoor temple. That's exactly... Okay, interesting. Is it his campfire, though? So it wasn't Karen, we don't think.
You mean to say, with all the turmoil and terror of the Golden Rule, and so few customers, why bother setting shop at all?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it is precisely because of the Golden Rule that I wish to remind my friends of the importance of looking one's best. I say, the more of our customs we preserve down here, the more we can preserve a semblance of normality, the better our chances of keeping our heads. Don't you agree?
Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Oh, and there is another reason too. If we all end up as golden statues for future generations to marvel at, I don't know about you, but I would like to look my best.
Okay.
Anything you like.
I'm just gonna assume that that's a little joke. What do you think about the... What are you gonna vote for? I bet Sensius.
That, my friend, is quite the dilemma.
Oh,
but
really?
After some reflection, I'm leaning toward voting for Malleolus. I do not enjoy the thought of another visit from Domitius if I voted the wrong way.
Ah, I see.
Nothing comes to my mind, my friend.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
Ah, yes. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. As a Greek, this is nothing new to me. It is how our gods operate.
Why do you say that?
Have you not heard the tale of the god Hades? He was the first to learn this dreadful lesson when he abducted Persephone and imprisoned her in the underworld. When Demeter, the mother of Persephone, learned of this, she did not punish Hades, the guilty one. Instead, she changed the climate of Earth, so that it became hot and dry. Nothing grew. The grain turned to empty husks, and the rivers dried up. Innocent people died by the tens of thousands, until at last the other gods were forced to act, lest they have no worshippers left. So yes, we know this rule. This has always been the case. The Golden Rule has merely brought it into focus.
What can we do about it?
If we are to survive, I say we must each heed the simple wisdom of Thales of Miletus, first of the 7 sages of Greece, who said, "Avoid doing what you would blame others for doing."
Okay. Okay.
It does, doesn't it? But it is not enough for us to do this alone. For even if 99% of us adopt this principle, that will never be enough. Sadly, no matter how well we protect ourselves, the life's work of many good people can be undone in the blink of an eye by a single selfish act.
I know, I've seen it happen.
Ah, the voice of experience. I am sorry for your loss, my friend. But on a lighter note, I will say one thing for the Golden Rule. For all their grim and haunting poses, these golden statues do make magnificent models for my clothing, do they not?
You've said that twice now. Where are we going for now?
I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
I know some people want me to like exhaust every single dialogue possibility, but they talk so much that I'd like to leave a little bit of it, you know, open to coming back to. Okay, this is just a dark room where you sit. Not sure I understand that.
Greetings and salutations.
Yeah, I don't suspect Georges at all. I do wonder if there's going to be some kind of twist with this where it's going to be some kind of like Agatha Christie twist where it's like, it's none of them. It's you. Because I kind of feel like it seems to me like signs are kind of pointing to... I'm wondering if like we're the person who hung themselves, Al, or what? Or maybe peccator, sinner, right? Or maybe if we're the ones, oh, it's Rufus again. Wow, look at him stomping around. Or maybe we're the one that's going to sin. You know, that's also a possibility.
Sometimes I stare at the great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in there, it has to be important.
Thanks for saying that.
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to our little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. You arrived on a sad day, friend. What with Julia's death? I wish we could have met under better circumstances.
Right, yeah, I did see that. What's your story? Oh, I noticed the graffiti. Why does someone think you're a sinner?
Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
I see.
And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagus, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not known for their tolerance. I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi.
Sorry to hear that.
Nice of you to say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or at least, I thought that was the case.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It seems I was wrong.
Do you know who's writing the graffiti?
It's not just graffiti. I have quite the collection of handwritten notes too.
It's probably just one of them.
The strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. so I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably one of those cultists.
Cultists? First I've heard of this, I think.
Strange bunch. They insist there's only one God, and that he considers my nature a sin. Can you believe that? If there are any of them here, they won't admit it.
The Christian
Not since
cult.
they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line and break the golden rule.
Yeah, because they said that about Christians earlier, didn't they? Didn't Galerius say something like that, or who said something? Somebody mentioned something about Nero and. Okay, let me look into it for you.
Really? I didn't expect that, but thanks. It's always a pleasure to meet someone so selfless. I'm glad you arrived when you did. I'd start by figuring out who the cultists are.
Wow.
Or maybe ask around among the merchants here. Someone who lives or works in the forum must have seen something. But if you find them, please don't hurt or humiliate them. I suspect they're just confused.
I mean, I did find that note in Octavia's chest. Let's see what I can do. Who are you gonna vote for?
Well, Malleolus is talking about loosening some of the restrictions in this place. And while it's all a bit vague, at least he has a vision.
Wow, everybody doesn't want to vote for Sentius.
My vote isn't for sale, if that's what you're asking.
Well, I wasn't asking about. I was trying to find out if, like, maybe there was. Oh, sorry. Sorry, my lights are a different color than they usually are. I just noticed. I was asking if there was anything. Look at him. He's like he hates me now. What's your story?
Well, I'm an architect. Or at least I was back in Rome. That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people. That kind of thing.
So a government employee.
Probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place.
I would like to know what's up with the temple.
You mean the Great Temple? This one's a bit of a mystery. Given the way it's positioned so prominently, looking down on us, it's clear that whoever built it felt it was the most important temple in the city. Unfortunately, someone else went out of their way to keep its purpose a mystery. You see, usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god, like Proserpina or Diana or Apollo.
Right.
Usually, that god is obvious. But in this case, it's unknown. There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to bear the name of this unknown god. But it appears some barbarian defaced it. And of course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter than the Temple of Saturn in Rome. And that contains the treasury. So we're all left wondering, which god is that temple dedicated to? And could it be the one responsible for the Golden Rule? Unless somebody figures out a way inside, I suppose we'll never know.
Wow. Tell me about the city's history.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure. It could mean that the Romans, who first started building here, were just copying Greek architecture, which they do all the time. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Which begs the interesting question, who really built this place? And could it be far older than any of us imagine? If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us. The stories they could tell.
You mean the statues, pretty much.
Gladly. Personally, My favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. Those series of adjoining arches. They're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering with a very practical purpose. They take fresh water coming from outside the city and distribute it all across the chasm. It's funneled below the palace and into a cistern beneath the great temple. Some of it flows down into another cistern beneath the villas, and the rest is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake and allows us to fish and farm.
If they bring water into the city, can we use them to escape?
Hey, not so loud. Just talking about that could anger the gods for all we know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'd have to find a way inside somehow. Just, please, try to be a bit more discreet about it. Of course.
Okay.
Nice to talk to you.
Thanks, Virgil. I might be back later. If I get stuck, I'll ask you some extra questions. Oh. Some graffiti right here. Theophilus had an orgy with 4 girls here and disappointed all of them equally. Communal public toilets. These holes must be designed for use with the sponge on a stick. Always remember they're watching. Yeah, not all of them, but some of them are, yeah. Yep. I wonder if there is a way to communicate with them. Those who came before us. I wonder if there's someone here who's been here since the last round. You know? Something to consider. He watches through their eyes, through the statue's eyes. Fountain producing fresh water, which is coming from the aqueduct behind it. If water can enter the city via the aqueducts, perhaps there's a way to escape through them. Yeah, we just talked about that. He watches through. I wonder if there is a god or not. Huh. Kind of feel like I'm in the underground of Elden Ring. Kind of what it reminds me of. What is this? Seek a bow. Note from Naevia? I'm locking myself in. Don't try to follow me. Nothing good will come from it. Okay, well, there's a lot. Is that a zip line, bro? I want to ride the zip line. Anyway, you may notice I was on my phone earlier while I was talking to the nurse. It's because, well, it's thundering outside and my wife and daughter are in the car. Out and about right now, so I was just checking in on them, making sure they're okay. They're fine. See, this isn't stealing. I can take that. Interesting. So I got some money, because that doesn't really belong to anyone, I assume. Oh, we're way up here, y'all. I think that's Malleolus right there, I'm not sure. Huh. I mean, I want to explore over there some more. Decius. Yeah, maybe I should. Actually, maybe I should. Before I go way up there, because are there statues up there? Wow. Can I? I wonder if I can get like a coat hanger or something. garum, a fermented fish sauce used as a condiment. It gives off a fainty, salty aroma. Oh. Okay, cool, I guess. This is where I came from. Okay, yeah, we'll just continue going this way. Oh, Galerius. Hi. Hi again.
Ah, it's you again. Hope you're settling in, friend. Now, what's on your mind?
What's your story?
Well, it's a long one and kind of sad, but I don't mind telling it.
I got time.
I'm a farmer. Always have been. I grew up in a small village in Britannia, Camulodunum, with my parents and 2 little sisters. Lovely part of the world. One day, when I was about 20, my father and I were in the top paddock, loading our cart, when some Roman legionaries came along, demanding produce for their men. My father told me to run into the house for his axe, and so I did. I sprinted so fast I almost threw up, but by the time I got back, he was bleeding out on the ground, and our cart was empty. That was my first encounter with the legions. My mother died of a broken heart soon after, and things went downhill from there. I took over the farmstead, but I was young, and it was a struggle. More raiding started before too long. We'd come outside in the morning to find animals missing, our stores pillaged. These legion thugs just took whatever they wanted. One night, when my sisters and I had nothing left to steal, there was a knock at the door. I knew who they were, and what they wanted. I got my father's old axe, pulled the door open real quick, and before that soldier knew it, split his face right down the middle. But there were more of them. I never saw how many, because the next thing I knew, I was waking up with a mouth full of dirt and lungs full of smoke. My home was reduced to ash. My sisters, dead. And they left me alive to see what they'd done. Still burns whenever I think about it.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, I wasn't the only one this happened to. It wasn't long before Boudica led thousands of Britons in a rebellion against the Romans. Unfortunately, there were just too many of them. And those of us who survived, they enslaved. So, then I found myself being transported all the way to Rome to be sold to the highest bidder. I spent a few years working for my new master, learning the Romans' ways, Romanized my name and everything. Tried to escape a couple of times, but they always found me, and I'd just end up right back where I was. I'd probably still be there too, if it wasn't for the stampedes breaking out. You see, about 7 months ago, an enormous fire broke out in Rome. Everybody was running down toward the river, screaming and shouting. I'd never seen anything like it. Human beings acting like cattle. I got swept up with them somehow, and the rest is a blur. The next thing I knew, some stranger was dragging me out of a river. Stumbled across this place, and I started my life over again.
Getting dragged out of the river just like us. Glad things worked out in the end.
That's what I thought too, for a while. But it seems the gods aren't done tormenting me yet. See, I finally had my own farm again, safe from the grasping hands of the Romans. Or so I thought. Until Sentius the Decurion demanded I hand over all my produce. It's for the good of us all, he says. Only he takes the best bits for himself, of course. He even told me if I refuse his demands, I'll break the golden rule. I'm not sure I believe him, but then, what if he's right?
See, here's what I was wanting.
Our dear old magistrate is no better than the legion thugs who took everything from me. I'm right back where I began. But don't you worry, Nemesis is waiting, and he'll get his one day. He'll get his. Forget I said that last part, will you? I get carried away sometimes.
What?
Thanks, friend. I knew I liked you.
Nemesis.
Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
Tell Aquitia some people mentioned a stranger. Uh-huh, yeah, and a river. What do you think about the election? You're gonna vote for Malleolus, aren't you?
I can't see how I could vote for either candidate. I don't like Sentius much, but Malleolus is almost as bad. Even I could do a better job. Me, a farmer. And I've never given a speech or put on a toga in my life.
What do you think about the golden rule?
Oh, I don't give it much thought these days. I mean, everybody here's got their own view about what we need to do to survive. But I say, let's spend less time arguing about what it means to be good and just get on with it, you know?
No, I don't know. But okay. Do you know way out of here?
As much as I'd love to get out of here, the harvest's always more fruitful in another man's field, isn't it? But Scintilla, Sentius's daughter, went missing a few weeks back. Could be she found a way out.
Could be. She was the one I talked to.
It'll be her sister, Sentia. But she'd never tell the likes of me.
I'll be going now.
All right. See you around.
Yeah, well, Sentia and I are not on speaking terms at the moment. So... okay. All sorts of places to walk around here, y'all. Now, why are those flowers over there? Now, we were walking up there, but now we're underneath in the caves. Heh. Pay no attention to my non-existent flashlight. May the gods be kinder to you than they were to us, stranger. Yeah, I hear the whispers around the statues. Yeah. The heads are turning. Wow, there's,
Hilarious.
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff.
There.
Oh.
That is some fortune.
Oh, Rufus is here.
3 weeks.
Don't be too hard on yourself. From what I hear, nobody saw it coming. Anyway, I thought you Stoics weren't supposed to worry about things you can't control.
Yeah, but I keep thinking.
Vote for
What
Malleolus
if there
for a
is something
free
I can
drink
do?
at my tavern.
What if she's out there somewhere suffering, waiting to be found?
Sounds like you're torturing yourself. Leave that for the gods. Try to relax, get some rest. Tomorrow's a new day.
I suppose you're right.
Interesting. You.
Salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Dacius. Terrible shame what happened to Yulia, but we just have to carry on, don't we?
I'm going now.
Another
Don't you
time.
just love springtime?
What a great icebreaker, Galerius. Okay, here we go.
Ah, back again, I see.
Yeah, you weren't looking at me earlier. I need some silphium resin. What's your
You
story?
mean, how did I end up here? That is a lengthy tale.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
All right. Well, you see, I'm in the business of procuring rare and precious objects liberated from the enemies of Rome. Mostly sculptures, vases, the occasional slave, fetch a magnificent price in Roman high society. Had myself a nice little shop in Rome just off the Forum. Lots of foot traffic and close to the docks. Good place to be when the fires broke out. See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire.
They keep talking about
Everyone
this
who couldn't
fire.
get to an outer gate was running for the river, open to escape by barge. So I gathered my coins and some priceless vases into a cart and had my most loyal slave girl, pretty young thing named Acantha, push it for me. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing through a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it with my valuables. But, to my surprise, we make it, and I see this barge loading up, and it's so full it's almost sinking. But the captain's happy to take my coin, so I start boarding, and then he puts his hand on my chest and he says, "No, too heavy. The cart or the girl." So I did what anyone would have done.
Chose the girl, right?
The girl? Weren't you listening? All my valuables or the girl? I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl if I still have my money. So I put my hand on the cart, and I guess she realised what was happening because those pretty black eyes of hers go all wide.
Pretty black
and in one
eyes,
swift
huh?
motion, she topples the whole bloody thing into the tiber.
I think I see where this is going.
Naturally, I dived in after it, hoping to salvage my fortune. Only, I guess I must have hit my head or something because everything went black.
And then you
When I came
washed
to,
up.
I'd washed up on the riverbank, not far
Yep.
from here, with nothing in the world but a single silver coin.
Sounds like you got what you deserved.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, sure, I'd lost a few thousand denarii, but I've already made it back, and this place is a veritable treasure
Oh my
trove.
God.
Look around you. There must be more gold in here than in the treasury of Rome. If I can just figure out how to get it out of here.
Interesting. Yeah, who's threatening Virgil?
I don't, I'm afraid. But I did overhear Fabia telling Georgius she saw something. She was headed to the baths not long ago.
Okay, can I ask Georgius about that? Who are you gonna vote for?
Malleolus.
Right.
I mean, Sentius couldn't even keep his daughter safe. What hope does he have of protecting us? Certainly.
I don't know if I want you to vote for Sentius, but what do you think about the golden rule?
It's terrible for inflation is what it is. There's so much gold just lying around, it's practically worthless. At least down here. Of course, I have an idea for generating real wealth, but what I need is a bow. Just a simple composite bow. I've
Well, I need a
scoured
bow
this city
too.
from top to bottom with no luck. But if you happen to find one, bring it to me and we'll talk.
I'll be using that for myself. Hasn't the magistrate banned
Oh,
weapons?
well, technically yes, but that just means you'll need to be a little discreet.
I'll see what I can
Thank
do.
you, friend.
I need some silphium resin.
Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
I do have 270 or something like that.
That's hardly my concern. But if you get a job, work hard and save your coins, you should be able to afford it within, say, 5 years?
No, that kind of
Very
money.
well. Perhaps I can interest you in something within your budget?
Well, I can still steal the silphium resin. Oh, I can just steal it. But isn't that a sin?
I'm afraid not. If you're desperate, I did hear that Aurelia down at the tavern claims to know of a way out, but I'm not sure I trust her. Some people here are a little shady for my
She's
liking.
right there. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for them.
Very
Bye.
well. Another time.
Yes. Aurelia, she's like
Fortune's
literally
smile on you,
right
brother.
here. Right.
Ah, you're here.
Degenerate mind.
I'm so glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia, and I hope I'm not being too forward, but the moment I laid eyes on you, I was intrigued. There's a light in your eyes I've never seen before, a certain learning and sophistication.
And you're as charming as you are beautiful.
Ugh, coming on a bit strong, don't you think?
Well, you come on to me.
I take back what I said. Suddenly, I don't find you so intriguing anymore. Let's just forget that ever happened, so we can at least do business. So, what brings you to my tavern?
That was so quick. What's your story?
Ugh, let it go. Nothing's going to happen between us.
That was like instant. I thought we were just bantering. I didn't mean it. I was just saying. Okay, whatever. You're not even gonna tell me your story? I mean, let me guess. You washed up on the riverbank, right? Just like the rest of them.
Certainly. For 10 denarii.
Oh my God. Here's 10 denarii.
Have you met Livia? She used to do my hair until one day she just snapped. This place has that effect on people. Now she just stands around,
I already knew
caked in
this.
filth, muttering nonsense to herself. It's a real shame. Now I have to do my own hair.
Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you like.
What do you think about the golden rule?
I just try not to think about it. Drink helps with that. As the saying goes, to drink is human, so we drink.
Okay.
You know, normally I'd expect you to buy me a drink before asking if I want to get out of here.
I was asking about escape from this. That's cute.
Straight to business, huh? I can work with that.
So clearly not.
As a matter of fact, I do know a way out. I'm happy to tell you all about it, but this is valuable information we're talking about, and I don't just give it out like some cheap oracle. So, how badly do you want it? Is it worth, say, 1,000 denarii to you?
I don't trust you, so no way. Oh no, this isn't a scam.
If I took your money without giving you what I promised, I'd be breaking the golden rule, wouldn't I? And I have no interest in doing that.
I do wonder if the golden rule is a lie. Why haven't you used it yourself if you have a way out?
Simple. It's a one-way trip, and I'm not ready to go just yet. I like my life here. One day, maybe, but not now.
I'm guessing you're the one who helped Cynthia get out of here, not Scintilla. Tell me more about what I'd be buying.
Well, I can't tell you too much, or you'd figure it out for yourself. But I promise you, you'll never have to spend another hour in this city ever again.
Interesting. I'll pass.
What's the matter? Can't afford it?
I literally
Well,
just got here.
Perhaps you could take out a loan. I understand Malleolus has lent money to others on occasion.
Huh. That'd be really funny to borrow money from him and then leave forever.
All right. See ya.
Well, that wasn't as interesting as I had hoped. Yeah, I don't trust ya. For sure. Beer
You
vat.
stay away from my money.
I'm literally not doing anything. What? I'm not doing anything. Hi.
Oh, do us all a favour and drink hemlock, Caput Murder.
What? I didn't do anything. I literally just went up there and looked around.
Still no sign of
Wait, is she like pissed at me
I
now?
haven't slept right in 3 weeks.
Don't be too hard.
Oh, do us all a favour and drink
From what I
hemlock,
hear,
Caput Murder.
nobody saw it coming. Anyway, I thought you Stoics weren't supposed to
Well,
worry
I guess
about things you can't control.
Whatever.
Yeah, but
What? So I just went up there and now it's like I stole. I didn't steal anything.
What if she's out
Metal
there
dice
somewhere
tower
suffering,
designed to stop
waiting
people
to be
from
found?
cheating when rolling
Sounds
dice.
like you're torturing yourself.
Clearly, cheating must be a
Leave that for
problem
the
among
gods.
Romans.
Try to relax.
Cerberus
Get
lifts
some
his
rest.
triple head
Tomorrow's a new day.
and lets out his threefold braying.
You're right.
Livia, would you
Livia looks
stop
busy. I should try
muttering like
talking to her
the deer
again
over a
later.
cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
Okay.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
Galerius?
Horatius?
They're talking
Looking a bit
again. The
troubled
man shall
there.
suffer for the sins of the Lord.
Still no sign
Okay,
of
well, I mean, if she's gonna act like I stole something, I might as well go and actually steal something. You know? Yeah, no, I know. I've been there. Anyway, guys, I think this is gonna end it for part 1. Yeah, intriguing mystery so far. I'm hoping to make some actual progress on it soon. Get to the bottom of whatever's going on. Yeah, you know, I already talked about, like, my leading theories, right? Ugh. I feel like this has got to be some sort of Agatha Christie type of twist, like, you know, I'm the one who sins, or none of us do, or there is no golden rule, or something. Like, because they've set up a very
Greetings and
particular...
salutations.
What are you doing over here? They've set up a very particular system, right? They've set up this, like, structure, and they're like, it's very strict rules, like, if anyone sins, we're all going down, and stuff, but somehow I feel like that's not the whole story. That's not... The structure that they've given us to work with is probably where the twist is going to come from. Right? Like, it's not actually the reality of the situation. But we'll see. I'm eager to see more in the upcoming videos. Hopefully you are too. I'll see you in the next one. Think critically.